Fora TV, Idea Immersion. Visit us at www.fora.tv.
I start this book, the first 2 pages of this book are about being fired. Because I thought that I needed to deal authentically, from my point of view, with what it was like to be me for those few days. And I thought, if I can't deal with that right up front, I mean, after all, that's what most people know me as. Oh yeah, she was that lady who got fired at Hewlett-Packard. If I couldn't deal with that up front in this book, people might not be willing to believe the rest. But then the first sentence of the next chapter says, how a story ends has much to do with how it begins. And so I must begin with my mother and father. Because it was my mother and father who taught me that personal ethics are everything, that values matter, that character counts, that the toughest choices are made easier if you have a strong internal compass and you know which way it points. Values are what guide your behavior when no one's watching and you don't think anyone will ever find out. And one of the things, unfortunately, that I think about when I see scandals in the boardroom, led by some of the same people that led my ouster. Some people would call this book the prequel to the current HP troubles. When I see stories of backdating of stock options, and then I watch the commentary immediately run to what new rules shall we write, what new laws shall we devise, I think that sometimes what we ought to be talking about instead is, where is business judgment? Where is perspective? Where are personal ethics? Where are the people who are just going to raise their hand and say, stop, this isn't right? And what I know for sure is that values and character and an internal compass come from in here, but it is also a leader's job to set that tone at the top. Which is why one of the toughest decisions that I have ever made as a leader is to fire people not because they weren't getting results, but because their values were not consistent with what we wanted to practice. In business, unfortunately, abusive people with a lack of integrity are frequently tolerated because they get results. And if you really want to convince an organization that values matter, you have to be prepared to act on that. Because people watch the walk. They don't listen to the talk. And so therefore, you have to be prepared to say, yes, so-and-so is getting results, but guess what? The behavior, the values, are not what we believe in. This book is about all those things. There are some funny stories and some sad stories. It's about people. It's about the things they're afraid of and the things that motivate them. It's about change, what it takes to change anything, any group, but particularly a deeply embedded institution. And it's about values and character and when you really need those things. And what I've learned is the toughest choices, when you have to make those tough choices, and you make those kind alone, values and character and a compass see you through those.